Hi, everybody. Happy Hanukkah, Chag Sameach. Send in a quick video just to give you guys a heads up on everything that's going on this week and going on next week, and the future for our wonderful little scholars that we have. So let's get right into it. Here we go. A little bit of housekeeping. I know you love it. First off, let's start with this week's activities. So far this week, we decorated donuts, we made calming jars, which we're going to get into in a little bit. We also have dancing that's coming up on Friday. We're having a Build-A-Bear workshop, which is really, really awesome. If you want the website for that for birthday parties, it's really cheap. Well, not cheap, like, you know what I mean? Like it's not expensive for a kid's birthday party. And it's great and it's fun and the kids have a great time. I've done it for my own kids' birthday parties, so it's really enjoyable. What else do we have going on? Dreidel spinning. Oh my gosh, there's other stuff. And Friday, there's a puppet show also. I think there's a puppet show, or there's a magic show and there's a puppet show, and it's going to be great and fun. So this week's activities, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be great. There is no homework this week. Some of the kids were actually upset about that, which was like, oh wow, they really enjoy it, yay. But I know that there are definitely a lot of you out there that are like, oh, thank God we get a break. So happy Hanukkah, enjoy. And I just dropped something under my desk. Candy policy. I know that there's a lot of candy being given out during this holiday, just like in Purim. Please keep the candy home. The kids are already so wired from all the activities that we're doing. They're out of their normal routine, that the candy just adds to the mess. Please keep candy home. That includes sour sticks, jelly beans, lollipops, gum, cotton candy, gushers, fruit by the foot, fruit roll up, and those like push pops. It's like you push it up, you stick your finger in it. Please leave it all at home. Send them with wholesome snacks that are going to keep their bellies nice and full. And on that same note, water. They are giving out a lot of, gelt, and we did the donut decorating, and I'm sure there's going to be other fun stuff that the school is going to surprise us with and give us out, which I absolutely love. We're very, very, very blessed to be at such a wonderful yeshiva that really cares about the children and wants to, get them to enjoy the holiday so much. Please make sure you send water. It helps counteract the candy and helps them just refocus. And they need water. They need to hydrate. So we spoke about water. We spoke about snacks. Foundation 6 is due on December 30th. That's when Foundation 7 will be handed out. New prizes came, so yay, whoop-de-doo. What else is there? Now we're up to math. Math, we are starting to add numbers past 10. So we're adding, today we did 10 plus 3, 10 plus 2, 10 plus 4, 10 plus 5. Eventually what we want to get to is, you remember when we were growing up and like you're sitting in the car going on a nice long car ride and you didn't have an iPad or a phone to scroll through and you kind of just like had to look out the window, right? You with me? And so like, I don't know about you, but I don't know. I would think of like numbers and be like, oh, 10 plus 4 is the same as 9 plus 5, because if I move the one, like if I take one away from the 10 and I put it to the other number to the 4, it'll make it a 5, and it's the same thing. And if I do it again, 8 plus 6, it's the same thing. Like we were bored, so we like would naturally just do those things. Or like if we were in the bathroom, we would take the shampoo bottle and read the directions 1,000 times. Not me, obviously. We're talking about other people here. But we have to teach the kids about how numbers work and how they are fluid and they can move in all different ways. Excuse me. So math, we are learning numbers past 10 and how to use 10 plus to help us answer it. So it would be 9 plus 5. It would be breaking up the 5. I'll see if I can annotate here. Give me a minute. So what I can do here is I would break up the 5 into a 1 and a 4. And then I would have the 9 plus 1 is 10, and then 10 plus 4. So we're trying to make it easy. You're like, that's not easy. It's not, but it's another fun way of figuring out the answers and getting the same ones. It's just fun. I think it's fun. I also thought that looking out the window or reading shampoo bottles was fun, but again, not me, somebody else. Let's now go to literacy. Literacy, what are we learning about? We're still learning sequencing words, today we started writing how to make a calming jar. Things have to happen in an order. So we're using those words first, next, then last. When we're writing, when we're reading, when we're talking, we're making sure that we saying things in order. And we want to shy away, want to push away from going and then. We want to break it, be done, period, next sentence. We learned what nouns and verbs are. We learned that a noun is something you can touch, like a shampoo bottle. Just kidding. Noun is something you can touch. A verb is something that you can do. So if I can do it, it's a verb. If I can touch it, it's a noun. You're like, oh, but you can't touch a place. Yes, you can. You can touch a school. You can touch Disney World. You have your feet in New York. You have your feet on the earth. You can touch it. So a noun is a person, place, or thing, and a verb is something that you do. We are also well into the year with character setting on beginning, middle, and end. So those things are super important. Today we made, with SEL, we made a calming jar. Calming jars are wonderful. It's a gift that keeps on giving. And you know what, parents, you guys get to use them as well. So they're there for you also. Pretty much you take the jar. I actually don't have one. Mine is in school. You take the jar. It's filled with soap. It's filled with water. It's filled with glitter and glitter glue. And you turn it over and you just kind of enjoy watching it. Just all the glitter sparkle and slowly fall down. It will go slowly because we did add soap to make it a thicker concoction, so that the glitter will fall slowly. It's there to just help with emotion regulation. It's there to help refocus and calm ourselves down, and it's there for you as well. The kids had the best time making them. If you want the recipe, let me know. I'll gladly give it to you. And they're there for you to enjoy also. So enjoy the calming jar, taking 20, 30 seconds and just watching the glitter float and fall. It's fun. So that's SEL. Oh wait, other thing, we are on habit number 3. Put first things first. First work, then play. So we have be proactive. I am in charge of myself. I'm in charge of the choices that I make. What is your goal? Begin with the end in mind. What do you want out of today? What kind of day do you want to have? What do you want to do with the math? How do you want to do, the evening routine? You want to be proud of yourself? What's your goal to get out of it? And now our new one is put first things first, first work, then play. So first I'm going to do all the stuff that I have to do, and then I will have extra time to play. So first we're being mindful about, I'm going to eat my dinner, do my homework. And if I finish all my stuff, I will actually have extra time to play. When I procrastinate, when I do things out of my routine, out of my order, I then don't have extra time. So we want them to feel rewarded with that extra time when they are focusing and being mindful and putting first things first. Last, food for thought. Just something that really, really hit me. This is not coming from anywhere at all. I want you all to think for a minute about either the grandparent or the aunt, the uncle that really stood out to you. Why do I want you to do that? I really want you to think about what they did and how they acted that made you want to be near them, that made you run to them, that made you hug them and be close to them. Was it because they gave you all of these things? They gave you everything. They paid you. Essentially, they gave you toys and trips. Or is the grandparent, the aunt, the uncle that gave you all of that that you wanted to be there for? Did they give you the attention? Did they ask you how your day was? Did they sit next to you and actually just look at you and listen to everything that you had to say, no matter how silly it was? And I don't know about you, but I definitely would say that grandmother, those grandparents are not more special to me, but I have a closer relationship with. One pair of my grandparents were very much, here's money, here's toys, here go. But there was they didn't put in the effort of a connection with us, with their grandchildren. My other grandparents, who didn't come from much, they lived in a 2-bedroom walk-up apartment in Flushing forever. Didn't have a dime to their name, but my grandparents would sit when we got there and they would listen to every single word we said, and they would ask questions and they would show interest in everything that they did and that we did. And when you think about it, you think about today and what we all have going on, and we're all busy, but think about what our children see with parents, with us, not even going past that to grandparents and grandparents and aunts and uncles and relatives, but just looking at us, what do they see? Do they see us being on our phones and mommy, you're always so busy, daddy, you're always so busy? Do they see us just buying them things, buying, hoping to keep them happy because buying them things makes them happy? Or are we actually taking that time and effort out of our day and those 5 minutes to really put that phone down, put it on silent, look at them and listen to everything, even if it's so silly, even if it's just what they ate for lunch, putting that time and effort and attention into them. So a little food for thought. Again, this is not coming from anywhere. It's just I was driving and I really, really thought of it. What kind of aunt do I want to be to my nephews and to my nieces? What kind of mom do I want to be for my children? Putting that time, effort, and attention into them, I think is really the way to go, and helping to build those well-rounded human beings who are cared for and know that they're cared for, and get the attention that they need from us, not from a screen, not from things, but from us. And I think that is super, super important. And again, it's not coming from anywhere. It was just on my mind. And I wanted to share it with all of you. Anyway, happy Hanukkah, everybody. Hope you're having an amazing week, making core memories with your children this week specifically. Taking those times out to not be on your phone or not be in the kitchen or doing work until those candles burn out. Or if it's 4-hour candles, for half an hour. To just sit and enjoy as a family, be mindful together. Love you all. I am so blessed to be sharing this here with all of you. Enjoy your amazing, wonderful children, and Chag Sameach. Have an amazing week, and you know where to find me if you need me.